Good morning, YouTube. My name is Rick Morera, and if you're new to my channel, I basically upload a video every Sunday, and I talk about Hoyas and orchids and aroids growing in my Florida backyard. I'm on the Gulf of Mexico, off of the Tampa Bay area in St. Petersburg, so the weather here mostly is very conducive to growing plants year-round outside. We have a few cold winters where we have to bring some of these plants inside, but for the most part, temperatures don't drop below 45 degrees. So I'm going to start giving you a little garden walk this morning, and then at the end of the video, I will have 5 of my top Hoyas that are budget friendly, that are very reasonably priced, and they're amazing Hoyas. So I'll have those, my top 5. And then also one of my new hybrids has bloomed, and I'm really loving it, and it smells amazing. So I want to share that with you guys too. I'm going to show you guys again the APC 1015 that I've been growing out in very high amounts of sun to see how much it can handle it. And it's doing pretty well. It's growing pretty good. It's growing pretty fast. The leaves are a little pale, but as you can see, they're actually very attractive in this amount of light. They do get a little bit of tanning, as you can see there. But as you can see, this plant is really doing well, and these are new leaves grown in this about 3 or 4 hours of Florida sun, which is quite a bit. And as you can see, the high amounts of light, it's causing it to bloom quite a bit. There's already 3 umbels on this plant. So it's pretty happy here from observing it. When I grow it in regular light, in the shade, the leaves get a lot darker green, but I enjoy growing it out here as well. The leaves get like more textured and more veiny. So that is EPC 1015. And the Pentaphlebia, it's almost open again. This umbel bloomed like 2 weeks ago, but it's blooming again. It's a good size umbel. These flowers are very yellow. And the leaves get quite big. They get bigger than this. And they have five lines. That's where they get the name Pentaphlebia. And let me show you the Singapore that is a first-time bloomer for you, species Singapore. And you can see it's a very attractive, slightly scented, and these leaves are quite long. And I got this about 3 months ago, and it is a very easy to get to bloom, I guess, because it's blooming already. And that is from a new peduncle. It didn't come with a peduncle, so it's a lot easier to bloom than a carnosa, I guess. And back again for a show is Hoya Sarisana. And I kind of like the buds on this as much as I like the flowers. They look like, if you go to dim sum, they have these little, meat wrapped up in this little doughy stuff, and they kind of remind me of this, like dumplings or something. So they're so cute. And when the flowers open, they're quite attractive. So that's that one. Yeah, the orchids, I don't have many in bloom. I don't know if all the rain kind of stunned some of them from getting to bloom. But I do have this really pretty, it's on oxidium on its way out. I like all these little flesh tones. And I want to show you that hybrid has, these really thick, quarter-size leaves with a really dark edge. And this is the flower. It's a cross between AP33, I'm sorry, Hoya species 33 AP 1054, and RHM, which is my first hybrid. So you can see, I hope it continues putting out these really tiny dark edged weaves. So I'm really excited to grow, and it's fragrant, very fragrant. So that is this Hoya. I don't know what to call it yet, but it's very cute. So there's a bunch of other stuff. Like, let me show you the species Tangamas. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the species Ake. There's a lot of species coming out of Indonesia that no one really knows what they are. I think a lot of them are probably in the Finlassonii, Clemensonii group. But this is a new leaf, and it's actually very textured. And it's putting out all kinds of new growth. There's another baby leaf there. Yeah, this is one of my favorite Indonesian Hoyas that have come on market recently. So that's Hoya species Ake. And again, I'm going to talk about Hoya acultata. This is one of the very few species that when it blooms, it aborts the peduncle, and right after that, it puts out another peduncle, and you can see the new node is putting out a peduncle, and these flowers last about 3 weeks. So that's very unusual for a Hoya, for a flower to last that long. And I have it growing in Weka, and it seems really happy, and it blooms. It's been blooming constantly for about 4 months now. I have back there a big Sarawak and a latifolia. And let's see, oh, here's my Mimi Palmer. It's putting out a lot of nice green tips on the roots, so maybe it'll do something. And then over here, I want to show you my Perfection. She's doing pretty good. And let's see what else is over here. Yeah, I don't have too many blooms, or don't know if it's the rain or this time of year, but I'm just a little confused as to why. Because I had a lot more in the early summer and in spring. So I want to show you a gift that I got. It's a variegated pedatum. Really beautiful, nicely variegated one. And I brought my big begonias out. Oh, there's a beautiful orchid. I think it's been in bloom for a few weeks now. It's called Sunshine and Raspberries. And again, everyone asked me about this Jose Bueno, and it's huge. Every single leaf that it puts out is like a new show. They're really, really nice. And you can see they're about at least 18 inches long. But I've seen some of these that grow up to 2 feet long. And this one is really nice. Let me show you a few other things, and then I'll show you my top 5 Hoyas for budget-conscious individuals. Here's the Michelle everyone was looking at the other day on my Facebook group, and it's really splashy. And this is a Coco Ranch. It's called Wildflower, and it is really, really, really splashy, like a Wilbur Graves. I guess if somebody sold this as Wilbur Graves, people would believe it because they are very, very splashy and almost look like Wilbur Graves. And a much better grower too. And my silver is almost, it's actually, if I stretch it enough, it's touching the ground. It's about 2 meters. And I have a bunch of stuff up there. There's a Germany going into the tree. It's putting out these pretty leaves. And then I have another Germany that has bigger leaves over here. Let's see. It's really looking nice. And my seed pod on my Phalaenopsis. I wonder how long that's going to be. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, so all the rain has gotten all these aroids all excited. Is the Patriciae, Philodendron Patriciae new leaf is quite beautiful. And another, this is a Jopi, and this is a Patriciae new leaf as well. They're getting pretty long. I hear they get to be up to 5 feet long, so that's pretty impressive. So that's about it for this part of the video, and I will go set up my area to show you guys the top 5 Hoyas for, they're really good for beginners, and they are also very budget friendly Hoyas. So stick around, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so here are my top 5 budget friendly Hoyas. I'll talk about them, how easy they are, and I'll give you a price for where you can get one. Usually on Etsy or on eBay, you can pick one of these up for probably less than $20. So for a started plant, maybe with 3 or 4 leaves, sometimes maybe more. This is Hoya Abovada. It's a very easy Hoya to take care of. It's actually one of the easier ones. They can get pretty splashy, a lot more splashy than this. They're somewhat succulent. It's very easy to grow, and it flowers pretty easily. And yeah, it's a very happy Hoya. If you can go away for a month and not water it, and it should be okay. So yeah, just keep it in like a very bright, keep it out of direct sun for more than an hour or so, or just give it morning or afternoon sun, and it'll be happy Hoya for you and bloom all the time. And the best part of it, you can pick one of these up for less than $20. This is a Hoya Abovada. Yeah, I've seen cuttings of this go for even $10 or less. So this is one of them to get if you are on a budget. And at number 4 on my top 5 budget-friendly Hoyas is Hoyapachikota. I've seen this one go down in price for the last few months, and I don't understand why, because it's a very nice Hoya. The blooms are fragrant. It's not that difficult to bloom. It's pretty succulent, so you don't have to water it that much. But yeah, you can pick one of these up for like less than $20 now for a started plant, maybe with 2 or 3 or 4 leaves. So yeah, Hoyapachikota, and has really nice fragrant blooms, like I said. And there's also a variegated form of this, and there's some other forms of this, some variants of Hoyapachikota. But the common Pachikotas, yeah, you can pick one up for less than $20. So this is number 4 on my list. Easy care, just water it sparingly, like maybe once a week. Make sure the soil is dry before you water them. And at number 3 on my list, as you guys know, this one is Hoya australis, Lisa. It has exquisite variegation. It's very pretty easy to grow. The new growth comes in a little pink, and the new stem is pink as well, so quite attractive. And this plant also has very fragrant flowers, and it usually blooms in the fall and winter. And it's relatively cheap. It used to be pretty expensive at one point, but now you can pick one of these guys up, even this size. You can pick one up for like $20. Even smaller ones you can pick up for $10 I've seen online. So yeah, if you don't have a Hoya australis Lisa, try growing it out. It's pretty easy. Again, don't overwater it, and give it some morning or afternoon sun. And it really likes temperatures above 55 degrees. So, and it should be happy. And at $20, it's a very good investment, because it's obviously a very attractive Hoya there. Sorry about the airplane going over. And I was just mentioning how cheap they are, and for, you know, less than $20, it's a very good price for this very attractive Hoya. And I don't know if you can see all the mosquitoes in the background, but they're all out here. It's probably around 8 in the morning, so this is like their prime feeding time. And I sprayed myself down, but they still annoy me. And at number 2 on my list is Hoyoshifertii. It is a very easy one to grow. As you can see, it has when the leaves mature, they become quite succulent, and they're about the size of a green bean. Sometimes people call it the green bean Hoya. Very easy, like I said, to grow. The flowers are cute, pink, you know, almost like cup shaped. And you just water it when the media feels dry, the growing media feels dry. And it's one of the easiest Hoyas to grow, and also one of the cheapest Hoyas. You can pick one of these up for less than $20 on like an Etsy shop or on eBay, or you can find them at garden centers sometimes for a good size plant for like about $20. So yeah, Hoyoshifertii at number 2. And number 1 on my list is Hoya Rotusa. It is a very unusual Hoya species. Number 1, the leaves are quite bizarre looking. They're just long, and they have blunt ends, and they are, believe it or not, they are pretty succulent once they get mature. And the flower, also, the flowers usually flower 1 or 2 flowers per node. So, and this plant I've seen covered with, you know, at least 50 flowers. So it makes it a very attractive when it's flowering. And at one point, this Hoya used to be very expensive. You know, I used to go for, you know, you could buy one for $50, $60 for a starter plant. But now I've seen them go down for under $20. The care for this Hoya is a little more trickier than the other the other 4 that I showed you. You just have to be more careful about the moisture. Make sure it's in a fast draining soil with a lot of aeration, and don't let it completely dry out, and keep an eye on it. It likes the heat and humidity as well, so I wouldn't bring it to a place that's less than 55 degrees, and it should be a very happy Hoya for you. Yeah, Hoya Rotusa. Yeah, you can. I've seen some on Etsy for like $19.99 for starter plants. So, yeah, that's my top 5 budget-friendly Hoyas at this time, and it all changes constantly. Sometimes a Hoya becomes really popular, and if everybody wants it, there's high demand, then the prices go up. But at this time, these 5 Hoyas that I showed you are pretty great for new collectors that are on a budget. So check them out if you don't have them. And I appreciate you watching my videos, so please like and subscribe. And I'll be back probably on Sunday, but if I have anything going on during the middle of the week, I might upload one. So have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.